Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Let's take a deep breath in and let go of any stress. Take a deep breath in and let go of any have to. Breathe in ease and flow and let go of any how things are going to manifest. When you have a dream, a deep desire, something that you truly want, it becomes your life, it becomes your experience, it becomes who you are as you relax into it and grow and stretch and imagine and feel and do what you would be doing if you already had your dream manifested, the goal attained, the ideal life. Everything starts in your mind. So you can start with pretending and then allow the universe to bring everything together for you. In Genevieve Behrend's book, Your Invisible Power, she talks about a paragraph from Thomas Troward's The Dory Lectures that she calls it, it arrested her attention. It seemed like the greatest thing she had ever read. She memorized it and endeavored with all her soul to enter into the spirit of Thomas Troward's words. I want you to take a deep breath in and relax and listen to this paragraph. My mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression, and this means the production of something beyond what has gone before, something entirely new, not included in the past experience, though proceeding out of it by an ordinary sequence of growth. Therefore, since the divine cannot change its inherent nature, it must operate in the same manner with me. Consequently, in my own special world, of which I am the center, it will move forward to produce new conditions, always in advance of anything that have gone before. Let that sink in. Genevieve Behrend says each repetition of the paragraph made it easier for me to enter into the spirit of it. The words expressed exactly what I had been seeking for. My one desire was for peace of mind. I found it comforting, believing that the divine operation in me could expand to further expression and produce more and more contentment. In fact, a peace of mind and a degree of contentment greater than I had ever known. The paragraph further inspired me with deep interest to feel that the life spark in me could bring into my life something entirely new. I did not wish to obliterate my past experience. That was exactly what Troward said it would not do. The divine operation would not exclude my past experience, but proceeding out of it would bring some new things that would transcend anything that I had ever experienced before. Meditating on these statements brings a certain joyous feeling. What a wonderful thing it would be if I could accept and sincerely believe beyond all doubt that this statement of Troward's was true. Surely the divine could not change its inherent nature. And since divine life is operating in me, it's operating in you, it's operating in every one of us, each of us must be divinely inhabited. The divine, whether you say universal mind, infinite intelligence, higher self, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, whatever divine infinite energy means to you. And since the divine is operating in you and in me, the divine in each of us must operate just as it operates on the universal plane. This means that your whole world of friends, circumstances, conditions, everything would ultimately become a world of contentment and enjoyment. And each one of us is the center of our own universe. Genevieve realized that this would all happen just as soon as she was able to control her mind and provide a concrete center around which the divine energies could play. Isn't that worth trying for? If Troward had found this truth, why not allow the idea to hold you to your task of deciding, what do you really want? What is it that you truly desire? I'm going to read that paragraph again. My mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. And this means the production of something beyond what has gone before, something entirely new, not included in the past experience, though proceeding out of it by an ordinary sequence of growth. Therefore, since the divine cannot change its inherent nature, it must operate in the same manner with me. Consequently, in my own special world of which I am the center, it will move forward to produce new conditions, always in advance of any that have gone before. You don't have to worry about where you're starting from or anything that happened in your past. All of that is past. It's gone. It caused you to be where you are now. It's allowed you to become who you are. You are enough. You are a divine spark of infinite potential, infinite possibility. And the divine is always for expansion and further expression. Whatever you want, that is divinely guided, that there's something in you that wants to expand, wants to express more life. That's not selfish. That is divine intelligence working through you. Take the lid off of your marvelous mind and dream big. What would you love? The people who live their best life, who attain goals that other people say would be impossible, that live the life they truly desire, They don't worry about limits or how things are going to happen. There's no reason why you can't have the good you desire. You only need to see yourself with it. See it in your mind. Your imagination is one of your most marvelous mental faculties. You just need to learn how to use it properly. Is there something that you're passionate about? Maybe you had a dream when you were a child. There's something in your heart that you've always wanted to do. What does that look like? Don't worry about what other people would think or say. Don't worry about what's happened in the past. And please don't worry about how it could possibly happen. Universal intelligence, the divine that is in control of all, hears you, knows what's in your heart, and will guide you to that ultimate goal that you love so much in the right time, when you're in the energetic vibration and you know that this is yours, not just hope and wish, but feel it, just knowing that no matter what, that beautiful dream that you hold in your mind, in your heart, in your imagination, it's like the coming attractions of your life. You just decide where you're going rather than being a ship on the ocean without a rudder and just landing in whatever port. You set the destination. You set the goal. You decide what it looks like. What do you want most? Imagine that you already have it. How would you be feeling? Imagine the joy, the success, the love, the respect, the ideal conditions under which you're living your life. Not how, what, why do you want it? What will that do for you, for your family, for your loved ones, for your bank account, for your health and welfare? When you are at ease and you are focused on the vision of what it is you truly desire, you get into a vibrational, energetic frequency. And as you emanate that frequency, everything that's in alignment with your goal, everything that matches your frequency, starts to move toward you. I want you to think about and feel about what that would look like, what that would feel like. What would you be doing if you were getting up today and going after living your dream? How would you be starting your day? How would you be ending your day? How would you be relaxing or celebrating? I want to talk about your imagination. It grows by exercising it, and it is more powerful in the mature person than it is in the young person. So even as a child, You might have used your imagination to pretend you're an astronaut flying to the moon. Pretend you're a teacher teaching in your favorite classroom. You might have pretended you were a princess or a policeman. You might have pretended, you might have played house or school or whatever it is. Some children just know when they grow up, they want to be a carpenter, a doctor, a teacher, a clown. What was in your imagination as a child? And then school and parents and well-meaning loved ones programmed us to stop using our imagination because they wanted us to survive in this world, to learn what we needed to learn in school, to get good jobs, to become part of society. But when you use your imagination, you can go way beyond what people think is meant for you, what people say is this is all there is. There's something in your heart that knows you're meant for something more. People who achieve big, beautiful goals that they set and set an intention and they go after it no matter what, they always expect the best. The desire for safety, to play small, to stay in your comfort zone, it stands against every great and noble enterprise that you hold dear. I'm going to read an article written by my mentor, Bob Proctor. He wrote a book called The ABCs of Success. And under the letter I for imagination, he talks about goal achievers. But he says there are people who always play it safe. They never tackle more than they're sure they can handle without effort and risk. Thus they invite neither triumph nor defeat. They never learn the greatness of their mental ability or the strength of their endurance. But on the contrary, goal achievers are potential pathfinders, eagerly in search of a trail to blaze. Make sure your goal is big and interesting enough to really fire up your emotions. Only you can decide what your goal is going to be. Although another person, your spouse, parent, employer, or associate, may offer suggestions, you and only you can make the final decision. There are no other people in the entire world who are capable of setting your goal for you. If they try, and they probably will, do not permit it to happen. You will not commit yourself to other people's goals or one that you set in order to please others. Your goal should be something you want, not something you need. There is no inspiration in needs. There is only inspiration in wants. The goal does not have to be logical. In fact, you will probably be more inspired if it's totally illogical. The road to your goal may be a rough one. Therefore, it's very important for you to be very emotionally involved with the idea of reaching your goal. What do you hold in your heart? What vision do you have for an ideal life? Peaceful, prosperous, healthy? You can attach a feeling to that deep desire. Whatever your passion is, whatever you want, see it in your imagination. Your thoughts become things when you add emotion. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy is what you focus on, you become. The thought energy that you're sending out into the invisible works invisibly and brings you everything necessary for your deep desire to become your life, your physical experience, the expression of your thought energy. We don't have to worry about how it's going to come. Just imagine what it's like and never reject your passion project, your dream, your wish, your goal, the results, the outcome that you want, simply because you don't have the whole picture. Never reject a fantastic dream because you presently don't have all the resources, manpower, or expertise to bring that into reality. Just hold on to the picture as make it a targeted goal, a place that you're going, even if it seems impossible at this time. Your cell phone wouldn't exist if somebody didn't have the idea that we could send sound waves across the ocean, that we could take pictures and have them developed and send them to other people, send them to a whole group of people without someone getting that idea and dreaming about that. I grew up in a time where you had to put film in a camera and wind it and take a picture and wind it and take another picture. And if you forgot to wind the film, there would be a blurry picture of two different things. You might have a picture of a loved one that you took and then forgot to wind the film. And then there's a picture of a beautiful scene of nature. But that becomes two different pictures and they blur together. When you get clear on what is your vision, see if you can picture one thing that you want more than anything. It might be a business goal, it might be a personal goal, it might be for peace and love, it might be for prosperity and wealth. But what are you doing? How are you interacting with your love? How are you spending all that money? Most people want time and money freedom. What would that mean in your life? Bob Proctor says airplanes wouldn't exist today if the Wright brothers had foregone their incredible idea because they didn't know at the start how the idea would work, where they would get the money to finance the project, or where to find the people needed to see their goal manifest itself into physical form. Set clear objectives for your life and don't worry about how it could possibly come to fruition. Set the goal like a target and lock into it. Just see the end result. If you can create the picture and lock into it, the method of how it will be accomplished will come. Remember, too, not to concern yourself at this time with whether you're comfortable with the idea or not. That's not important at this point. The belief and the method of accomplishing it will come, provided you persist. Set the vision as if it's a targeted goal. It's your mission. Carlyle said, "Go as far as you can see. When you get there, you will see how you can go further." Dream lofty dreams, and as you dream, so shall you become. Your vision is the promise of what you shall one day be. Your ideal is the prophecy of what you shall at last unveil. No great deed is done by people who falter, who ask for certainty. What is the picture of your deep desire? Set the intention. See what it would feel like when it's already done. And as you spend a few minutes thinking about that end result, that outcome, that deep desire, what it would be like to be there already, imagine it clearly. Ask for guidance for the day. Give thanks for where you are in your life, for what you've already accomplished, and for what is yet to come. And ideas will flow to you as you act on those ideas, as you start to take different action. Your results will change. You will become the person that has your goal attained. You will be living in that picture when you believe it, when you know it, when you hold the faith. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Practice this over the weekend, and I'll see you back here Monday morning at 7. Thank you.